Hi, everyone. It's Shelley, and welcome to episode 45 of SNOWED, the Michael Snow is a Fraud Story. So you met Denise and Shelley, and those were also Mr. Snow's long-term girlfriends at the same time as myself. There were others, but you've met those two. They offered me so much support right after Mr. Snow left, and he wasn't coming forward with any money for me to help me, and I was really struggling. So true woman power, like these women really truly lifted me up off the ground and took care of me. For my birthday that year, which was in May, Denise came to my house and she cooked this incredible meal for me. She is an executive chef, and it was absolutely just the most wonderful thing. What a gift. You know, she came, took over my kitchen, my barbecue, and we just had the best evening. Shelley had dessert delivered to us, and then we had Shelley on FaceTime, and we just had the best visit ever. So, like I said, these women have become fast friends, and the best friends a woman could ask for, and literally picked me up off the ground to help me navigate when I needed to navigate. The next thing these women did for me was they came into my house, stripped the bedding from the bed that Mr. Snow was sleeping in, my bed, and we went out for dinner and cocktails. And then we burnt the bedding. And so that was just the most fun, honestly, the three of us. It was just so fun because Mr. Snow would lay in that bed. And as you can see, they're very, you can tell they're striped sheets. So they're very prominent sheets. You really do notice them. And he would send pictures of himself laying on these sheets to these other women. And so we all had kind of a bit of a hatred for these striped sheets. So Denise came into my house and she bought me brand new bedding, and right down to sheets, comforter, everything, and remade my bedroom. So I just wanted to bring up another one of Mr. Snow's very elaborate lies. This one, you can really see how elaborate he goes, but it is in fact a lie. He said to me, and this is after he left, he said, "I've been sober from soda and drink for almost 2 weeks." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yes." I said, "That's good. How'd you manage that?" He said, "Actually, I had a mini heart attack." I believe this, actually, but I've since found out that it's complete and utter bunk. I said, "What?" And he said, "My blood enzymes came back initially as a 25. They waited 6 hours and did them again, and they came back at 75. A heart attack would come back at over 10,000. So they kept me overnight. They checked and I was 220, so that's a micro attack. So I had a long 45-minute conversation with a cardiologist and diabetic specialist and learned some sobering facts. So I decided right then and there, I am done with all this shit." He continues on to say, "They took me off my diabetic medication, the metformin, adjusted my blood pressure medication, and got rid of the Invokana as well. They had scheduled a radioactivity blood test for my veins and arteries because I have some issues with hardening of my heart. The cardiologist outright told me that I'm running out of time, so give up sugar, booze, or die." I said, "None of this is surprising to me." I said, "What surprises me is that you didn't tell me, because at this point we were still speaking. I was trying to be nice so I could get some money. He'd already moved from Cindy's, the farmer's wife, over to Leslie's in Winnipeg." And so he says, "The sugar in my blood is like sand in a garden hose. Over time, it tears holes in the system. Then blood patterns rush in to steal blood platelets," I guess he's trying to say, "rush in to seal the holes. But it's like a pothole. It can be filled, but it can never be flat or smooth again. So then cholesterol starts getting snagged up by these buildups, eventually causing you to stroke, heart attack, or aneurysm." So whatever. So it says, so they fixed these with stents or bypasses. I said, "So when did this happen?" 2 weeks ago. So essentially, I'm at elevated risk of infection in my legs because he's diabetic. You were in the hospital dealing with this and then just okay to go to work," which he wasn't actually working, and I knew that. He says minor risk of a full-blown heart attack or failure, mild risk of a stroke, but have kidney damage and liver damage. But if I live a clean and exercise from here on out, they feel it's reversible. Yes, I stayed overnight. I drove myself to the hospital because my left arm stopped working and I had insane chest pain. So after about 24 hours later, I went to the ER. I said, why drive there? Weren't your ladies there? They called Dr. Simpson. His doctor. I was on my way to work. The docs gave me the talk and released me. So now I have these 2 tests to do next Wednesday. So in fact, none of that was true. He did not have any sort of ailments, heart issues, mini heart attack. That was all complete and utter bullshit. But I hope you can see how elaborate his lies are. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about when I say, when you don't understand how you could be, tricked into this. This is the kind of stuff he says. I mean, he's got facts, he's got, this and that. And how can you not believe it? It's so elaborate, right? And who lies about having a mini heart attack? Michael Snow. I also want to show you that this, in fact, is a photo Mr. Snow took, and that is Denise in the truck with him. So I think he must have a little document of all the women he's had in his truck, because here's another one. And if you'll notice, same position, same truck, but this is Shelley. So yes, Mr. Snow must have a whole file on his phone. So I thought for fun tonight, I would just throw out a few more of the threats and just the things that Mr. Snow likes to say. So again, this is after he's left, and I'm really begging for money. I need money. My bills are so far behind. My house is in foreclosure. I can barely feed this dog that he's left me with. And I have no vehicle. I say, Mike, I'd be really careful if I were you about tossing around crimes you deem people have committed. You are the last one that should be poking fingers. And of course, he was trying to tell me I've committed so many crimes, and I have not done any of that. He said, I've done nothing wrong in the eyes of the law. He really thinks he's innocent, doesn't he? I'm not so sure you and the law are looking at it with the same eyes, I say. He says, well, my lawyer certainly thinks so. I could walk away right now and leave you and the truck company person high and dry. Not a thing in my name, because that's the way he rolls. Makes sure it's all, all that debt's in other people's names. I said, Mike, you already have walked away. And don't blow smoke up my ass further with your talk of lawyers. We both know you don't have one. It's just more of your bullshit talking. And yes, nothing in your name, because you are cunning, conning, and manipulative, and this ain't your first rodeo. So here's another example. He's going on and on. A letter to my lawyer saying I never hit you. Fraudulent gifting. Sarah selling stolen property. That's my daughter. You have no idea the legal fight you're in. I said, and neither do you. He said, none of your stuff is going to get me arrested. I said, okay, Mike. He said, no problem, Shelley. You think you're in control, but now I'm out to ruin your kids, and I will. I'm posting the videos with names on Moose Jaw Talks and every other group I'm on. People need to know you're violent. I think I may have posted this one already, but I say, fine, Mike, you do what you need to do to feel like the big man you think you are. And he said, I'm not a big man, but I do know how to destroy people's lives. I said, you've already destroyed mine, Mike. He said, you will never see a cent from me. He had no intention. I was willing to work with you, but now you have gotten your kids in shit. The mountain bike ad is in Sarah's name. Sarah, my kids were helping me sell some of this stuff. Why you won't work with me is unreal. I said, you actually make me sick, Mike, knowing that you care more about a bike than the fact that I can't afford groceries. And you have put me in this position. You. He said, I told you what I'm prepared to do. You told me I could have my stuff back. Yeah, if he gave me money. So just to finish up this TikTok, I have something really fun for you.